So as most of you guys know, I live in Western North Carolina, specifically Weaverville, which is right next door to Asheville, and we had this little storm thing happen. So for anybody that cares, I'll give you a little bit of an update. Through the night Thursday and into Friday, we were working through the storm to keep the trees cleared out of the road as they were coming down in the storm so that our road was accessible for emergency vehicles if for some reason we needed them. That took the majority of Friday because we had a lot of trees come down. Saturday, we were pretty much done and handling the last of the trees, and then we decided to go out and start checking on employees. Any employee that we couldn't make contact with and they confirmed that they were okay, we went to their house. Did that for most of Saturday. There was one employee that we absolutely could not get to. There were multiple bridges out on the way to his house, and the road there was impassable with down power lines and everything else like that. And the decision was made to come back the next day and try again. So for some of the people that live around us that didn't have the supplies that they need and we didn't have extra, we made our way to Bristol, Tennessee and got the supplies that they needed. And on the journey back, that was a fucking hellscape. But I did want to say thank you to Tennessee State Trooper Jake Horn, who was a freaking lifesaver and got us going on the right path with hundreds of roads that were closed and bridges that were down. He set us on the right path and let us know what roads to take. Also wanted to say thank you to the Avery County Sheriff's Department, who, again, they went out of their way to make sure that we stayed on the right path. We were driving around sinkholes and on roads that the water was actively washing away. We went we went over a couple of bridges that were actively collapsing while we were on them. One of those, we were the last car to go through and we watched it fall into the river in our rear view mirror. So what should have been a 90-minute drive was a 6-hour hellscape, and we arrived back at 5 a.m. whenever we had left to go to Bristol at 3 p.m. the previous day. So that was a disaster, but thanks to Jake Horn and with the Tennessee Highway Patrol and Avery County Sheriff's Department, we really appreciate you guys. Probably wouldn't have made it back without you. Once we had the supplies that our neighbors and coworkers needed, we got those passed out. So everybody that lives around us is totally good, which leads us into Sunday. And what we did on Sunday was go back to that employee that we could not get to, and we brought some equipment to allow us to go over a river that was potentially flooded. We were able to get him across that river, and so now he is pretty much abandoned his home and he is staying with us on our property because he's not going to have power or anything for weeks, most likely, given the amount of shit that's down there. Last night we had a really good time. We had a kind of like a community/employee cookout. We had about 12 or 14 people over. The neighbors, our employees, our families, and we were cooking food over a campfire. We had the generator going to power everybody's cell phones, even though internet service really doesn't work. And that went till about midnight. It was a lot of fun, cleaned up from that. And today we are assessing the business and what it's going to do, what this storm has done. Luckily, most of our work equipment is in good shape and was unaffected. And our steps right now are to figure out what is the best way that we can serve our community. And one of the ways that we're going to do that is we've got some Starlink internet, and we're going to go to some of the places that are open and get people internet for free. And we're going to also see about passing out some water because we have functioning wells. And then we've decided that our services are going to be at cost from this point forward for the foreseeable future. So we will not be trying to make profit on anyone. It's going to be an at cost thing. Whatever it costs us is what it costs them. And obviously, if we see people in desperate, dire need, we're going to go ahead and fix what they need, and we'll worry about the money later. So happy to say, from everything I know at this point, all of our family, all of our employees, and all of our employees' families are in good shape. We've checked on everybody multiple times or talked to them on the phone multiple times, and no power, no internet, no whatever, except for Starlink. And so, yeah, super happy about that. And, you know, just as a minor thank you to Elon Musk and his Starlink crew, we really appreciate it. It's provided a lifeline for a lot of people to let their friends and family know that they're safe. So I'll see you guys next time.